From the pile, from the pile. I don't have the music copyright, so I gotta sing this song from the pile.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Please, come on in. Come in. If you're expecting me to, like, pick up the camera and, like, actually do a follow, that's not gonna happen. I'm shooting this by myself. Also, I'm doing this the night before it's due, so, it is good to feel like I'm in college again. I am really good. But for my senior project, wait, this isn't for, like, a grade. I'm just supposed to, like, do it. So I'm not getting graded. My pilot is called From the Pile. Now the Pile is what I called the rough neighborhood that I grew up in. So I'm going to go through what life in the inner city was really like. It's going to get pretty intense, like an episode of The Wire. I'm kidding, it's about comic books because I'm privileged. One of my big favorites is I am a huge fan of independent comics. And this one, it's independent, but it's got a, it has some commercial tie-in. This is Fight Club 2. Now that sounds familiar. It is based on the Chuck Palahniuk book Fight Club and the subsequent movie. It's actually penned by Chuck Palahniuk himself. His fingerprints are all over it. He's writing the book, and it takes place right after Fight Club the book and the movie ends. So you get to see what life is like with the narrator and Tyler Durden much later. Unfortunately, Brad Pitt is not in this comic book, so ladies, you might not enjoy it as much. But he is kind of drawn like Brad Pitt, so that might lure you in. I'm loving what they're doing with Fight Club 2. Another comic that I'm a huge fan of that I've mentioned in other video series that I've done for the various stations that I've been on, of which I think I've been on 47 different stations over my 3.5 years working at Town Square Media. But one of the comics that I truly love is The Walking Dead. I'm a huge fan of the show, and the comic is even better. This is issue 149. It came out last month. Issue 150 is coming out next week, so I'm super excited about that. On each of these big milestone issues, issue 50, issue 100, 125, they usually do something really big with the characters, whether that's introducing a new character, bringing in a new villain, or killing off a beloved character. Fans of the TV show and the comic both know that The Walking Dead is not afraid to kill any character at any given time. So 150 next week should be another bloodbath if the cover is anything to go on. Also, there's like all these fan theories on the internet of like who's gonna die, so I'm kind of wondering like who's gonna be, am I gonna be right or are you gonna be right? I don't know. So I'm really excited to find out who is actually going to be right, because I love bragging about things that ultimately don't matter. Over the summer, Marvel had a big crossover event. That's when all their titles were combined into one major event. And that major event was Secret Wars. Doctor Doom had made an entire patchwork planet from different universes. It's all very complicated. And if you watch the 45-minute unedited version of this pilot, I'll tell you everything about it. That's right, ladies. I know all that stuff. Alright, but one of my favorite tie-in issues, that works for no ladies, by the way. One of my favorite titles from that was the throwback series X-Men 92. This series takes place during the X-Men animated series that was super popular in the 90s. It was a nice nostalgia factor for me because I enjoyed waking up every Saturday morning and seeing what Wolverine, Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Beast were up to. But I'm a huge fan of X-Men, and this was the perfect series for me to get into. Also, if you were just a fan of the 90s series, this is a good jumping on point to other X-Men stories in case you were too intimidated to get into comic books. Now finally, this last comic I'm super excited to tell you guys about, because it's like somebody went on the internet and read all the fan fiction I've been writing for years and years and years about mixing and matching characters. And the characters that they mix and matched might actually surprise you. Or will it? The series that I'm absolutely the most psyched about right now has to be the crossover series, Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Some people want a family. They want to go home to wife and kids. No, this is my wife and kids. I love you, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Batman crossover comic. Don't let anybody judge us. This series is awesome. Batman is fighting the Ninja Turtles. Does that sound amazing to you? Does it? If not, get out of this room. We can't be friends. Don't look at me. It should be a good series. It should be interesting to see how the Turtles got to Gotham and how Batman got to New York, if that's the way they go. But right now, Definitely one of my favorites. It's gritty, it's funny, and did I mention it's Batman and the Ninja Turtles? That means the Joker might fight Shredder. If these words mean a lot to you, let's hug after this video ends. We're gonna hug it out. I'm a hugger. I'm looking forward to it. So there you have it. That is my pilot. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you found me entertaining, even though I know it's super nerdy, but it's what I'm into. It's what I know the most about. If you did not enjoy this pilot, come up to me after the show and say nothing to me. Just don't say anything, or you can just lie to me. I accept lies as compliments and fact. So let's do that. Thank you for watching my pilot. This has been From the Pile.